I heard rumors about a video game console released in the early 90s that promised the most immersive games imaginable. It bore a strong resemblance to the Super Nintendo, except it had no cartridge slot, no reset button, and only one controller port. It was released extremely low quantity. It's possible that less than 50 others were available. People I've talked to remember from their childhood only mention the first game on the list, other than the games included on the console. But this one was, they say, the perfect game. Lifelike graphics and sound, even by today's standards. An endless supply of new, fun content, solid gameplay, and the controls were responsive to the point of pre-concatenation, they recalled. A single controller port was all that was necessary. The NPCs in the game were smart enough to be just as entertaining as the real players. It was literally quite a game that nobody wanted to stop playing, and that people I interview all remarked somewhat bitterly. That their parents forcibly dragged them out of the television set after days of continuous playing and threw the console in the trash. I was intrigued by what I knew so far, so I went looking for more people who remember this relic of gaming history. I searched high and low for anybody's besides the handfuls of people I had already talked to, and about after a month of plain stalking investigation, I have found the independent accounts. They much harder of time remembering the specifics of the console, but I was able to jog their memory into repeating what I had in their notes. I could see their eyes light up a little, remembering the perfect game, but both of them said, that's not all the game could do. They both said an interface that was complete, and I was inquired what exactly they meant. After a few days, apparently, the game started having a positive psychological side effect. It was as these actions done in game were giving the player an exercise, and the player was able to go without food or water, seemingly drawing the sustenance through their items collected through the levels. However, a couple of days, they have played this game continuously by a week at this point. They started feeling the damage done to their in-game player character. The pain was small at first and only slightly forceful reminder to be more attentive. After a short while, though, it started to get intense, and the wariness of the constant action was taking toll on them. The game was still perfect. It was better than any high you can imagine. One of them said because it was becoming physically exhausting to play, and they couldn't hear themselves away from it. I was almost done with one level, and I was fighting the boss that used a cool whip. The other interviewer said, I remember the whip was a one-hit kill. I had to start the level over, but I remember the searing pain where it slashed me across the arm, then unbuttoned the sleeve on his shirt, and all I could see was a scar twisting around his arm. Yeah, it's getting that bad. Both of them said that their parents returned to that house 9 days to the marathon game session, forcibly dragged them away from the console, and took them to the emergency room. The console was gone when they got back home, thrown it away like all the others, I bet. I could not find any other people who even knew about what I was talking about. The rumors had stopped there, and I was left with the incomplete knowledge about where I could find one of these consoles. A sense of dread settled in the back of my mind, though, and I felt it unnecessary to pore through the newspaper archives from that period. I was trying all sorts of variations on bootleg console and online database search, and what I finally stumbled upon was shocking. There were 15 separated incidents of the people found dead in their homes, sitting in front of their TVs with a bootleg-looking console hooked up to it. They had a butchered appearance. Most commonly was some found in pieces, and autopsies revealed the internal organs had dissolved. One article remarked that the TV was just displaying static, and they could not get the console to power on. Other local officials tried contacting the manufacturer of the console, but the owner's manual and the information on the sticker on the back of the console both referenced an address that led to a site of a warehouse demolished over 80 years ago.
What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video. And I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Ms. Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.